Hey everyone, before I get started, I just want to remind you that if you like my content, hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, and then join the Militiaman and Crew Patreon community by clicking the link in the caption. Hey everybody, it's Militiaman here. It's on Sunday evening. Just wanted to touch bases with you guys. Hey, we've had a lot of things happening this last week. There's been numerous articles out, even some videos that have been going around the internet that show that the Central Bank of Iraq and the United States Treasury have had some meetings in Istanbul, and they had a really good meetings. They arrived, I think, sometime around the 2nd and or the 3rd, through the 3rd, and those meetings were between the United States Treasury and the Central Bank of Iraq, and it was on about the exchange rate and other items that they talked about. Some of the things they talked about were banknotes. They were talking about payment systems. They were talking about statistics, research, news, press releases, what they're going to be doing up until 2030. So those are some of the key things that they came away with. And they came away with interesting things that were important. But one of the biggest things that they came away with was that the Central Bank of Iraq, when they got home, they said they had cooperation, they had coordination, with the U.S. Treasury, and they had some goals. They had common goals, and they were going to meet and achieve those common goals. And anybody in so doing, they're going to have to keep working together. So the thinking is that they're going to just devoid themselves from the United States Treasury. It's not going to happen. There's a new electronic platform that has created an environment that has dried up the dollar on the streets. It's created an environment where many things have happened to get them to the point of the exchange rate. The exchange rate change is really important because it's a necessity to go Article 8 compliant with the IMF and go into the trading platforms of the world. And that's where we are. So if we back up just a minute, we can go back to see what the central bank and the United States Treasury had to offer in those meetings. And back to the exchange rate, the central bank governor and the U.S. Treasury had to come to an agreement that they had the cooperation and the coordination and collaboration to be on the same page. And with all those other items that we talked about that they need to have part of their plan, they're going to move to a direction that's necessary to go into a market economy. But what's interesting is that on the 3rd, the Central Bank of Iraq has an announcement on their website, and they specifically talk about more than one thing. And typically what happens with the central bank, they talk about finance, they talk about economy, they talk about those types of things. But in this particular article, they talk about politics. It's not common. Has it happened? Most likely, sure. But this particular case, it has happened. And what they did say was that they mentioned that there was talk between a phone call of the Prime Minister al-Sudani and President Biden in respect to this coordinating effort, okay? And for them to say those types of things means that there's been some sort of an agreement. And that is effectively, in our view and many people's view, a green light for the reforms, the monetary reforms, economic reforms to continue and to get started and are underway. Because this electronic platform that they're using to clear the currency, the dollar and other currencies, we're going to say it's loosely, but it's a SWIFT system. It's not necessarily the SWIFT as in past, but it's a SWIFT system that's upgraded. I believe it's ISO 20022. And that system is fast, it's transparent, it's know your customer. I mean, they know the ins and outs, where the money's coming and going. And that any portion of the nefarious side of the equation is going to be tightened up, which we see that today. It's tightened up. But the point is that is happening in real time now. And what I have to offer is that we have an audio that we put on Patreon, which is with Militia, Man, and Crew at Patreon. And you can find that in detail with Pompey Peter. Articles from Samson, analysis from Militiaman, Pompey Peter, Day Trader, and Petra. We have an audio for that. So if you guys want to come over there, check us out. It'll be a great experience, but it's going to get you up to speed. There will be an additional audio that's number 2, an additional that's number 3, that's even closer to today, which is today's, I believe, is the 5th. So I thank you very much. I hope you enjoy my content, and please join us. Once again, guys, don't forget to hit that like button if you like this content, subscribe to the channel, or join us at the Militia Man and Crew Patreon community for even more exclusive content. You can also donate to this channel by hitting the links in the banner to help keep this page up and running. Your generous support is greatly appreciated, as always. Much, much appreciated. Thank you so much, and have a great day.